J. Cole's career is over. His album doesn't hit the same. He's not top 5 anymore. He's lost his place. Nobody can talk about him or even position him as number 1 because he apologized. That's what the internet is saying right now. Now look, 2024 started off surprising everyone. Cat Williams just dropped a bomb left, right, and center, and I think ever since then, we still haven't recovered from it. I mean, this is more shocking than showing up at one of Diddy's parties and realizing there's no females anywhere, but there's KY jelly. But you know what? It's not for me to wade into the shit. So let's see why J. Cole has pulled this reverse Uno card and watch this apology together.
So I'm so proud of that project, except for one part. It's one part of that shit that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right? And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, don't do that. But
no, we don't want it. Everybody loves controversy.
I keep it 100 with y'all, right?
This is rap. Don't do it.
I damn near had a relapse, right? Because y'all heard some shit that happened 3 weeks ago, however long it was. Y'all heard that bazooka that was dropped on the motherfucking game, right? So all of this time of me moving on my own accord, for the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole?
Yeah.
My niggas like, boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my fucking God. Text flooded. I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime. Right? Niggas want to see blood. And
I mean, I think that's the thing. Is like rap battles are like modern day gladiators. I think the public has always been infatuated with drama, right? With one man going after another man, survival of the fittest, right? Who can outbar who and who can stand at the mountaintop, right? I mean, drama and controversy, they sell. They get more clicks and views. I mean, look at this channel, right? When I normally do Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole reactions, other reactions like that, I mean, look at me, right? A lot of people see the thumbnail and they don't want to click. Like, I'll show you the click-through rate versus other artists that I do. The click-through rate is much higher because they're like, we don't want to see him talk about this shit. But because of the controversy, more people wanted to hear other opinions, right? So they clicked on me. And for the first time, it was like Christmas on the channel. All of a sudden, I have all these new Cole fans. I have all these new Kendrick fans watching me. And like, who the fuck is this guy? Like breaking this down like a doctor's surgery, like just getting the lyrical knife out. And I was like, yeah, this is incredible to have this. And all thanks to the drama. But now that Cole is doing this, it's all going to go back down again. Because that's how the world works. That's how social media is. And I think even Cole speaking here, this is important because it's a new era where everybody on social media wants to weigh in. All of a sudden, things happen so quickly, and everybody just overreacts to everything at once. And we all just pile in, and we all want to see blood. But at the end of the day, Cole has to do what Cole wants to do, what's right for him.
Right? Niggas want to see blood. And I was conflicted because, one, I know my heart, you know what I mean? And, like, I know how I feel about my peers, these two niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my nigga back and I try to keep it friendly. But at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace. So what I want to say right here tonight is in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers to ever touch a fucking microphone? Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I. So I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bruh, that was the lamest, like, goofiest shit. And I say all that to say, it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm going to take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Like, all good. Like, it's love. And I pray that, I pray that y'all are like, forgive a nigga for like the misstep, and then I can get back to my true
misstep.
path. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Past 2 days felt.
He's totally thrown that in the trash, man. He called it goofy. He's calling it a misstep. Like he's taking a bye week. Like what is happening now? Is it gonna be Kendrick and Drake for the Super Bowl?
And then I can get back to my
J. Cole's just defaulted to a bye?
Because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Past 2 days felt terrible. Like it let
Wow.
me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years. So all of that to say, man, I wanna now perform the song that's a reminder to me of getting back on the right path and getting in tune with God. And the name of the song is called Love Yours. I want to do that for y'all right now.
This is why we spent so long talking about the history, looking back on it, doing different breakdowns. Because for me, when you step back and you look at the situation, I talked about this with J. Cole's diss, right? That diss was a test of waters. That was not, we can't even call it a diss. Even he said it was a warning. And it was definitely a warning. I mean, anybody who broke it down and really looked at it, you could see that Cole's not going all out. He's holding back because you could tell that there's still a respect for Kendrick. It's almost like, okay, I'm going to give it back to you. I have to do something. I feel like I have to do something. He even admitted to that. Like the internet, everybody's pushing him to do something. So he did something. But it's almost like, how far are we going on this? Like, how much do you really feel this way? Because again, when we broke down that diss, I felt like there were a lot more shots at Drake, really, and Cole was kind of collateral damage. And if you look at the past and the history between Kendrick and Cole, all the times they brought each other out on stage, they shouted each other out, they showed love to each other, the different instances where they've worked together, the Black Friday that happened, right? There's a lot more history of them collaborating, of them getting along, of kind of being on the same team, the team of hip hop, versus Kendrick and Drake. There's beef there. There's animosity. There's a well-documented history of them going at it. And if you sit back and you listen to Cole and you understand where he's coming from, right? He still respects Kendrick. That's the biggest takeaway that I have from this. For him, that respect and that connection and that friendship is greater than what everybody else is saying. So you got to respect a man who has his values, right? It's not the values that I want. It's not the values that everybody else wants, what everybody else is saying. Who are we to tell him how to be just because we want to see the beef? Because it's great. It creates more clicks. We get more views. Everybody's more excited about it. Everybody gets to talk more about it, right? Who are we to tell a grown-ass man who's 39 about to turn 40 what to do, right? He's found his peace. He's found his balance, and that's what he's happy with. And I get it too, because I've been involved in dramas. I've been involved in battles. And I've talked about this before. When you get into battle mode, that person over there is your enemy, right? You are looking to dissect a motherfucker down. You were looking for weak points. You were looking to troll. You were looking for any way to get under their skin. And you were in attack mode. And that's a different type of mentality. That's a different type of way of being, of going about your art, or going about your MCing versus making original music, which Cole loves to do. We all know what Cole's on because he's got a history of that. Versus Kendrick, who has no problem throwing shots. I mean, hell, remember the Monster Freestyle? He threw shots at Wayne. He threw shots at Eminem. Then he did his Control verse. He fired more shots and more controversy. Then he's done this now where he fires more shots. Like Kendrick is on that time. He's okay with that type of energy. Cole is more like a rap monk, isn't he? He's always stepping back. He's always trying to really think things through. He's very composed and it comes out. And at the end of the day, when it comes to rap and MCing, we want people to be true to who they are, right? That's the genuineness of true MCing. So to me, Cole is being true to himself. Are we all pissed? Am I disappointed? Fuck yeah. Of course we're going to be disappointed. Because again, we love the competition of rap. Steel sharpens steel, right? Pushing each other, building their pens up to see who really comes out on top. And I do kind of disagree with Cole a little bit too, because he's looking at it from the perspective of, look, I have an influence. I have fans. He probably saw people talking about To Pimp a Butterfly. And even I was like, wow, he's calling that out. But there was a lot of chatter I saw on the internet, especially from Cole fans, all of a sudden trying to discredit To Pimp a Butterfly, trying to discredit Kendrick Lamar albums and work. And I think Cole stepped back for the sake of hip hop and went, no, this is not the legacy I want to leave on the table. I don't want people thinking that I'm trashing this great piece of history. in this great piece of work. I don't think that it's worth it overall for hip hop. But I do have a counter to that, like stepping back from it. If you step back and look at it, I think this would have been very good for lyrical hip hop. Listen, Cole and Kendrick are from a different generation now, right? There's not as many lyrical MCs that come up in the mainstream that get the attention that like Eminem had, that after him, the J. Coles and the Kendricks had. And what this did was this got people excited about lyrical rap again, about those generations, about lyrical hip hop. And maybe it would have inspired more the next generation, because this is something we could have been talking about for years. This is something we could have had a great debate on. Like, who really won, Jay-Z or Nas? You know, up there in the conversations and where things go. And I felt like, from a bigger picture perspective, if Cole would have stayed the course, I think we would have had just some amazing content out of it, some amazing discussions and amazing debates. But again, he's going to do what he feels is right for him. And who are we to tell him otherwise? But all the people that are saying, oh, this is it, his legacy's ruined, it's the end now, like I can't listen to Cole the same, I can't listen to anything that he's saying braggadocious-wise when he says, I'm ready for the smoke, I can fire at anyone. I still believe that. I think he still means that. He just didn't want to go after someone that he respects. He didn't want to go after his friend. If you're an enemy of Cole, if you're an optical, if you're on a different type of time, he's still one of the greatest MCs of all time. He's shown you that what he's capable of. And to me, he enjoys the battle version of, I'm going to push my pen and get on a track with you, right? To me, all the features that he does just show his type of battling that he prefers, right? I'm going to get on the same track and I'm going to smoke everybody who's on that track. That's what Cole does. That's what he likes. That's his sort of homeostasis. It's a different sort of mind frame and a different approach than what Kendrick has. I just don't think Cole wanted to completely burn that bridge, because you don't know what's going to happen in a battle. I mean, look at Pac and Biggie. They were friends. Look at the fallout and unfortunately what happened to them. And you don't want to see anything like that happen to two of the greatest MCs of all time, the two pioneers in hip hop. But no, I don't think this hurts. You can't take away from Cole's legacy. You can't take away from Forest Hill Drives. That's still a classic to this day. You can't take away from all the great features that he's done. You can't take away from his projects. You're not going to take away his pen. Shit, you're not even going to take away appreciation for what he's done on this mixtape and the level of work that he's put in and what he's given to hip hop over the years. Because that's what the internet does. Something happens and everybody wants to overreact. We always overreact to a situation. It's the end. He's never going to come back from this, blah, blah, blah. Why? Because it gets clicks. Of course, I get it. I get it. This is social media at the end of the day. But you know what? 6 months, when like we moved on to the next news cycle and the next news cycle and the next news cycle, because things move so fast, and then Cole just brings that heat on a verse or a feature, everybody talks about it again, it's forgotten, and we move on. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Comment down below and let me know. And remember, try not to have a knee-jerk reaction. Try to listen to Cole's words and think through what he's saying and see his perspective of things. That's what I always say to people in these types of situations, because everybody's going to have an opinion. Everybody's going to want to weigh in. And the easy course is just to straight up attack Cole. But he's grown. He's been through shit, man. Who are we to tell him what to do and how to move and the way in which he should do it? Let Cole breathe. Let him breathe.